Welcome back to the National Hurricane Center. You are live with us right here in Miami, Florida, in the operations area where all the forecasting and the latest updates are coming from, including all the information from the hurricane hunters. This is your update for 11:30 Central Time. Let's get the latest information on Hurricane Ida. I do have some readings that we're just getting in, starting to see some winds at Southwest Pass, a Seaman station, a NOAA Seaman station, 89 miles per hour, getting higher gusts. 104 miles per hour. The other part is we're seeing some of the water come in. We're talking about that storm surge, and we are starting to see that with 6 feet above mean high water. So anyway, they're getting 6 feet of storm surge coming in there, getting some inundation in some places. This is with the National Ocean Service tide gauge, Shell Beach, Louisiana. So the water's coming in. And right now we have part of the eye wall right there on Grand Island. So the northern part of the Grand Island, it's just really starting to see this wind, some of the intense wind. We still have 150 miles per hour on the wind speeds right around that eye wall right here. So places like Grand Isle, they're going to see the brunt of that wind. Right now we are approximately 50 miles southeast of Houma, Louisiana, as we continue to make the way on shore. So let's talk about this. We have that 150 mile an hour wind right around the center. Those hurricane force winds stretching out about 50 miles. So we're going to really look at this as a swath of winds in these rain bands, these intense rain bands here. Look how far out they stretch. I mean, you can just see them. Areas of the Mississippi coast, Biloxi, back over to Mobile, Pensacola Beach, Panama City, any one of these areas seeing these rain bands. And what that's going to mean, you look at that right front quadrant, any one of these areas, not just on the coast, but even inland, you can see some of these rain bands produce tornadoes in some of those central heavier rain showers there. So something to watch. We're going to look at this, probably going to have landfall maybe in the next 30 minutes, but either way, just big impacts. Here is our latest forecast that we have. Just looking at this, look at the expanse of the wind. So this is tropical storm force winds located here. So that could be damaging in itself. I mean, that's stretching out 130 miles or so from the center, but 50 miles from the center, you still have those hurricane force winds. So important as we move this forecast. There's the point. Okay, we'll move that along. You can't focus just on that track. You think about the swath of winds that go with it. And that's where you can see those hurricane force winds and damaging situation where you can get structural damage, especially around that eye wall. That's the highest that we have. You think about hurricane force winds, structural damage, trees down, power outages. You can see that anywhere around Metro New Orleans, the North Shore, St. Tammany Parish, but New Orleans, Jefferson Parish, St. Charles Parish, and especially Port Fourchon and Grand Isle, where they're going to see the brunt of the damage. With time, some of those hurricane force winds can stretch inland, so even Baton Rouge could see some of those hurricane force winds, which means power outages, even those locations. So a big wind event, catastrophic wind event, and that's one of the big impacts that we're going to have. So after the storm, and we talk about before, you talk about during, but let's talk about after. The debris, it's just a mess afterwards. Power outages for days, maybe even a week or more in some areas. If you're going to use a generator, please be careful. Have that generator out of your house. Don't operate the generator in the house, please. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills so many people after these storms. Keep it outside, not even in the garage, not even by an open window. Get it clear away from any people. Just really important. So a lot of debris, a lot of power lines. Be careful with all this debris. So let's look at something here. We've talked about getting that right on the coast here, getting that eye wall. You can see some of the areas that are going to get the most intense winds. This is rare. We don't get this too often. Extreme wind warning. Port La Rose, Houma, Dulac, Cocodrie, getting some of the brunt of the winds, the most damage. But remember, it stretches out quite a bit out from there as well.